Assalamualaikum dear students. Welcome to NIVS Home School. How are you? I hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty. I am also fine. Here I am Kamrul Nahar, Assistant Teacher of National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift. My dear students, today I am going to take a Bangladesh and Global Studies class for the students of class 8. Now today's topic is creative question answer from chapter 6, and we all have it is known to all that there are two creative question answer in this chapter. So let's read the STEM at first. Now look in number 1. Miss Oshin came to his neighboring developing country from Japan to collect data for his research work. She observed that the people of the country are engaged in different enterprises to develop the country. The internal annual income of the country is 10,000 crore US dollar, and the remittance sent by the expatriates was 5,000 US dollars. The population of the country is 15 crore at present. The government is emphasizing on the increasing use of machine in agriculture, technology and industry. So this is the STEM of question number 1. Now question A, what was the literacy rate of Bangladesh in 2009? So for this answer you need to use the text. And number B, explain national income, and this question carries 2 marks, and to answer this question you need to understand the textbook, about you should know about the national income. Number C, calculate the per capita income of the country mentioned in the STEM and explain the rule. Number D, the main target of the government mentioned in the STEM is to create employment. Explain. Now we will know the answer, and the answer A is the literacy rate of Bangladesh in 2009 was 54.8%. Now number B, that means explain national income, and the answer is the total monetary value of all goods and services produced by the citizens of a country over a specific period, usually a year, is called the national income of that country. And the calculation is done by dividing the produced goods and services into different sectors. So this is the national income. And now question number C, calculate the per capita income of the country mentioned in the STEM and explain the rule. And you all know that if you want to calculate the per capita income of a country, we need to divide the gross national product by the total population of the country of that year. So the answer of question number C is to calculate the per capita income of the country mentioned in the STEM. The gross national income must be divided by the total population of the country. And when the sum of gross domestic product is divided by the population, we get the per capita income. By means of the per capita income, the overall standard of living of a country can be measured. The more per capita income, the higher the standard of living, which is an indicator of a prosperous economy. Now we will do the calculation. Now look, gross national product of a year 10,000 plus 5,000 US dollar. So in total it will be 15,000 crore US dollar, and it is given in our STEM. And the total population of that year was 15 crore. It is also given in the STEM. So now we will find out the per capita income. So per capita income, that means this 15,000 crore US dollar will be divided by 15 crore population. So we will get 1,000 US dollars. That means this is our result. So this is the per capita income of that country, which is mentioned in the STEM. Now we will go to question number D, that means the main target of the government mentioned in the STEM is to create employment. Explain. And the answer is, in the context of the STEM, it is justifiable that the government's target behind putting emphasis on increasing the use of machinery in agriculture, technology and industry is to create employment opportunities for the people. The modern world is highly dependent on technology. In a country that has agriculture dependent economy, increasing the application of machinery and technology in agriculture and industry will lead to the generation of more work opportunities. So, as a result, many people will be able to earn a livelihood through utilizing the new work opportunities. So, application of technology and generating associated skilled labor must be done in accordance with the market demand. And in the given STEM, it is seen that the people of the country mentioned in the STEM are engaging in different initiatives to improve their condition. The government emphasized on increasing the use of machinery in agriculture, technology and industry to create more employment opportunities. So, it can be concluded that the main target of the initiative taken by the government mentioned in the STEM is to improve national economy through creating employment opportunities. So, when the government will create more opportunities, it will be possible that our the gross national product or the gross national income will be increased. So, the government must take some steps to create some employment opportunities. Now, we will go to creative question number 2. Mr. Raihan lived in Malaysia for a long time for his job. A few days ago, he has returned to his village. He found that the teenagers of his village and nearby villages do not go to school and colleges. They spend their time idly doing nothing. Infant mortality rate is also very high. With the help of the respected persons of the village, he arranges training on different topics and thus manages to create employment. So, this is the STEM. There is a person named Mr. Raihan. He lived in Malaysia for a long time for the purpose of his job, and when he came to his home, when he came to his village, returned to his village, he observed that the teenagers of his village do not go to school and colleges. Moreover, they spend their time idly and they didn't do anything. And moreover, the infant mortality rate is high. So, he took an initiative. That means he arranges training on different topics for the people of his villages to create employment. And now the question number A is, what was population of Bangladesh in 2011? Number B, why was the project A house a farm taken? Explain. Number C, what type of asset can Mr. Raihan's initiatives make? Explain it. Number D, analyze the condition of Bangladesh according to the development index mentioned in the STEM. And now the answer of A, that means what was the population of Bangladesh in 2011, and we all know that the population of Bangladesh in 2011 was what? 14 crore 97 lakh 72,364. So, according to the census of 2011. Now, number B, why was the project A house a farm taken? Explain. So, the project A house a farm was initiated with the aim to develop each and every family of the country as a unit of the sustainable economic program. The project was started countrywide for poverty alleviation. The objective of this project is to develop every family of the selected villages as an effective farm through engaging them in the work of agriculture, fishery and livestock rearing. So, the project A house a farm was to create more employment. That means to engage the villagers in the work. And the work like agriculture, fishery and livestock rearing. Now, number C, what type of asset can Mr. Rahman's initiatives make? Explain it. The answer is, the initiative taken up by Mr. Raihan will be helpful in creating skilled human resource for the country. So, Mr. Raihan takes the initiative to make skilled human resources for the country. People become valuable resource for the society and the country when they are able to do some work. That is the reason why skilled labor is regarded as the country's human resource. Efforts are being undertaken to convert every unskilled and illiterate person into labor source for the development of the country's human resource. So those people who are able to gain skills through education and training are considered as valuable manpower. Creation of an effective labor force in the country will boost its economy and development. So we need to convert the convert our overpopulation into human resources. And how can we do it? By giving them proper education and training, and when they become skills in different sectors, we can call them manpower or human resource. And in the STEM, Mr. Raihan, with the support of the respected persons of the village, arrange training on different topics for the unskilled and unemployed youth and create employment opportunities. Thus, it can be said that the initiative taken by Mr. Rahman is helping to create skilled human resource for the country. So this is the answer of question number C. Now we will go to question number D, that means they analyze the condition of Bangladesh according to the development index mentioned in the STEM. And the answer is, the development index mentioned in the STEM can be stated on the basis of different indicators like literacy rate, unemployment rate, poverty rate, average social inequality, allowance to poor and helpless people, and child mortality rate. So the government has taken different steps, and among them, and these are the indicators of the human. These are the indicators by which we can know the living standard of a country, and our government takes some steps to speed up the rural economy. And what are they? They are the literacy rate, unemployment rate, poverty rate, average social equality, allowance to poor and the helpless people, and childhood mortality rate. According to the Human Development Report 2018, the ranking of Bangladesh in the Human Development Index was 136 and it was 142 in 2014. So the government has introduced the National Education Policy 2010 in order to generate skilled and capable human resource by providing inclusive education in all sectors and by improving the quality of education. So in 2010, our government has taken a step, that means the National Education Policy, to create skilled and capable human resource in different sectors. And meanwhile, the unemployment rate of Bangladesh was 3.4% in the year 2010. The government has now initiated different training programs in order to create employment opportunities and skilled human resource. Besides, the government has given priority to health, nutrition and population sectors. Consequently, birth rate and death rate have decreased, average life expectancy has increased, infant and maternal mortality rate and malnutrition have decreased notably. And so we can say that our country is developing day by day in these sectors, and it can be concluded that Bangladesh has achieved the recognition of achieving MDGs and has become a middle income country from a low income one. So Bangladesh become a middle income country now. So this is the answer of creative question number 2. And now, my dear students, there is a homework for you. This is homework number 16, and you will do question number 1D as your homework from chapter 6. So this is your homework. Homework number 16, you will do creative question answer 1D from chapter 6. So dear students, that's all for today. I hope you have understood about today's topic. Dear students, all of you will do your homework and submit it on every Sunday within 8 AM to 4 PM. So dear students, this is very important for you because your SBF, CTE and DIE marks will be given on the basis of the submission of your homework. So dear students, practice a lot and abide by your parents. See you again. Allah Hafiz.